90% of people never keep their New Year's resolutions, and 90% of people aren't going to keep their New Year's resolutions this year. I would probably say more than 90, maybe 97% of people who make New Year's resolutions to change and do better will sometime throughout the year give up on it, lose their momentum, quit giving a shit, allow themselves to get distracted by themselves, life, and other people. And it won't mean as much to them as it did when they first promised themselves that they were going to do that thing. Most people, it's like losing weight, making more money, and all kinds of external things. So, keeping New Year's resolutions is much easier when you actually have a real life reason for it. There will be real life consequences for not keeping your New Year's resolutions. So, if you want to lose weight, you have got to convince yourself that you are unhealthy. You don't like the way it makes you feel. It's making your life more difficult. It's disgusting, the diet you have, the things you're choosing to drink and put in your body. You have to absolutely be disgusted with it to the point where you change your standard up to a level where you can no longer go back, to where you are 100% convinced that if you don't make this change, your life is fucked and that you're just not going to be happy, that you're cheating yourself and you're not living up to the quality you know you can. You're not sticking to your principles or your standards. You cannot just on a whim because you saw it on a TikTok video or it's because what everybody else is doing right around this time of year say that, oh, I want to make a New Year's resolution. What is it going to be? It's got to be something that is bugging the crap out of you, that you're not going to take it anymore. And first of all, you're not supposed to wait till January 1st to do it. You're supposed to just, the minute it pops in your mind, you're like, enough is enough, no more. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm tired of this shit. I'm going to make changes. I don't care what everyone else around me is doing. I don't care what people on social media are doing. I'm doing this because it's the right thing to do, and I'm going to stick with it. You have to come up with a plan. So if I'm going to lose weight, what is it that I have to put in place to make sure I actually succeed? You can't just put posters on the wall, I'm not going to be fat anymore. You have to start with, okay, well, what are my eating habits? Well, on my way home from work, I always stop by McDonald's. I'm going to stop doing that. Well, how am I going to make it more likely that I don't do it? I'm going to have food pre-cooked and prepped, ready to eat. So I know that on my drive home, when I'm hungry, I have food waiting for me. It doesn't matter that I'm tired. The food is already cooked and ready to eat. You also got to think about the benefits of not going out to fast food restaurants. You're saving money. You're not putting poison in your body. All you got to do is watch some videos on how they make the stuff that goes in fast food. It's disgusting. And there's a lot of people coming out saying that this is what y'all are eating. Do your research on what healthy food is. Do your research on how your body responds to certain types of foods. Do your research on how long you're probably going to live if you don't change your diet. You have to have very deep intrinsic reasons and values and standards for why you want to lose weight. If you want to make more money, you have to come up with a plan. You have to figure out what you're going to do. Either you're going to get a raise at your job, you're going to get promoted, or you're going to start a side business, and you have to plan it out. You can't just be lazy about it and be all pumped up and emotional and in your feelings. I'm going to do it. Yay. You can't do that crap. You have to actually take it seriously, like a doctor or scientist or somebody who works logically and with data and statistics. Somebody who emotion is not going to help them do their job at all. It's actually going to make their job worse. You have to take emotion out of the equation, start doing your research, and start planning it out and stick to the plan. What times are you going to get up? What times are you going to eat? How much are you going to eat? Why is it important? What are the ideal times to eat? How much time should you go without eating so that your body can actually start burning fat, producing more growth hormone? Your cells are at the optimal state where they can start repairing themselves. Your body can start healing itself. If you just keep on shoving food in your system, you're not giving your body the amount of time it needs to do what it's supposed to do. What are you going to drink instead of soda? What are you going to eat instead of fast food? What are you going to do to make money besides rolling out of bed and going to your sorry ass job? Are you going to increase your performance? Are you going to start showing up earlier? Are you going to quit missing days? Are you going to quit hanging out with all the jackasses at your job that you know are worthless losers, that are bullshitters, that are only there to get a paycheck? What are you going to do differently? You have to have reasons. You have to have something that's worthwhile. And you can't just have a New Year's resolution that's cool and that people are going to give you a pat on the back for. They have to be things that are actually going to change your life. You have to have reasons why it is important. You have to go to bed thinking about it. You have to wake up thinking about it. And you have to constantly remind yourself, I'm doing the right thing. This is important and I need to make this happen, or it's going to affect the rest of my life and I'm not going to be happy. Sticking to New Year's resolutions, you just can't treat it like a game. It has to be part of your lifestyle. This is what we do now. Like David Goggins says, this is what we do now. There is no going back. Burn the boats, move forward, get on the straight and narrow path. Quit looking around at what everyone else around you is doing and seeing if you're on the right path. Read books, watch videos, study people who are very successful. They have it going on. They have everything going for themselves. And start thinking and operating the way they do. Get on their mental level. Get on their frequency. And when you do, what will happen is you'll start looking inwards. And instead of looking at everybody else to see if you're on the right path, you'll start looking at everybody else to see if they're on the right path, because you know you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. So look inwards, see if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, and figure out all the people around you, whether or not they're on the right path and whether or not you should keep on having such a close relationship with them. To stick to New Year's resolutions, you have to change your environment. You have to change the way you think. You have to change the way you operate. You have to plan out your days better. You have to plan out what your targets are and how you're going to execute, how you're going to hit your targets, how you're going to make things happen. It's not easy. That's why 90 to 97% of people fail to keep their New Year's resolutions. It's because it's not easy. And everybody wants the lazy route. Oh, what's an easy way to keep my New Year's resolutions? Except that it's going to be hard. It's going to suck. It's not going to be fun. People are going to tell you, oh, you're crazy. You're working too hard. You're trying too hard. It's not that serious. Forget what they say. I guarantee you, with that mindset that they have, if you change your mindset that I'm going to outwork everybody, I'm going to do whatever it takes, and I'm going to make it happen in 5, 10, 20, maybe even 1 year, 5, 10, 20 years, you are going to notice a massive difference between you and them. I have been there before. 10 to 15 years ago, I made up my mind. I am not, whatever I'm doing now, I'm going to make changes. And people that were my friends made comments, made fun of me. Oh, I'm going to go out and drink. I'm going to go spend money. I'm going to do this. You could go ahead and keep sitting at your computer and studying these people and being a nerd. Well, now my life is 10 times better than theirs. And it's all because of the work and dedication and focus that I put into it. To keep your New Year's resolutions, you have to be serious about it. Stop bullshitting already. Stop running around telling everybody, oh, here's what I'm going to do. Posting it on social media, on Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, whatever it is you're doing. Just keep your mouth shut about it and just do it. Let the results speak for themselves. This year, 2024, you can actually do it this time. For sure, do it this time. But you have to be serious. You have to quit playing games and Get your head on straight. Keep it on straight. Make a plan. Make it happen.